There you are. Good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome to Tuesday Night Live. And it's incredibly kind of you to join me and indeed the community. You're on the wonk. You are on the wonk. You are categorically, unashamedly, inexcusably on what I can only describe as the wonk. Can I cope with that? Can I be bothered to stand? Oh, you're not that bad. You can stay as you are. So, yes, good evening, darlings. And I tell you what, hasn't it been a gorgeous day, but isn't it a cold night? I don't know what it's like where you are, but I can tell you that it is 0 degrees outside Windy Bum. But what a lovely day it was. And talking about days, I would love to hear how yours has gone, what you've been up to, how was work if you've been to work, and most importantly, what have you been eating? And the more detail, the better. I am perfectly willing to listen to breakfast, brunch, lunch, tiffin, afternoon tea, dinner, or supper. I'll have the lot, darlings. I'll take it all in with gusto. So, what are we here for? Well, we are here for an hour of community togetherness, and we're going to wave away Tuesday, and we are going to welcome in Wednesday, hump day, the middle of the working week as was, and half day closing in Gleneath as was. All of the normal stuff. You've got some hedgehogs of truth, his and hers. You've got Sean's box that's going to get a right old pounding. You've got a bottle of wine that's going to get well and truly polished off. And we've got a community portable electronic telephonic device upon which you can deposit, oh yes, your voice notes, darlings. And I hope that you do. Now then, slurp on me wine because I need this tonight. And I will dive into your comments, which are, of course, the meat and potatoes of this spaghetti carbonara that we are all floundering around in like like the roly po like the roly polies on a bouncy castle. Sorry, I don't know why that's amused me. Right. Cheers. God, I need a haircut again, don't I? Cheers, darlings. Your very good health. Bottoms up yours. And above all, and I mean this sincerely, do get stuffed. Thank you so much. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you an entirely unplanned display of how to correctly drink soup. First of all, present your soup in the correct fashion. There should be a saucer and there should be a soup bowl with handles and with a lid. Number one. Number two, deploy a correct soup spoon. For those who don't recognize a soup spoon, that is a soup spoon. Notice how the bill is round. Oh, yes. Now, remove the lid to your soup bowl and take the spoon into your hand of choice. Now, remember this. The spoon always comes to the mouth. Never dip your head forward towards your soup. Now, rule number one. Well, rule number 34B. When you put your soup spoon into your bowl of soup, then you always spoon away. Away. So you never go towards you. No, that is not done. So never towards you. You always spoon away. So away from yourself like that. Okay? Very important that. You don't want to be, if you spoon it towards you, then you will be judged harshly by other people. And if you're in a public place, people will talk about you. They'll probably take footage of you and put it up on social media, and you'll be on some soup wankers Facebook group. So spoon away, right? So you spoon away. The bowl of your spoon is now filled with soup. Remember, we're keeping our head where it is. We're not moving our head towards, and we bring the spoon to our mouth, keeping our head still. Now, this is vitally important, right? When the spoon reaches the mouth, do not tilt your head back. No, no. The head must remain still, a constant. What you must do is tilt the spoon. So you tilt the spoon, thus depositing the soup into your cake hole, and then you simply inhale like an angel. And then you simply repeat, spoon away, bring the spoon to your mouth, tilt the bowl. And you carry on doing that until your bowl is almost empty, at which point you take your bowl by the handle. Never grab it like that. No, 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 no. You grab it by the handle. Can you see? Tilt the bowl forward so that you can get the remainder of the soup and so on. So there you go, darlings. That is a very helpful guide on the socially acceptable way to consume soup. I hope you enjoyed that. And there will be more helpful guides on correct etiquette coming up over the forthcoming days, weeks, months, years, and indeed decades. Now then, first cab off the rank tonight was the delightful Jimmy Quinn, who opened proceedings with a good evening, Boaty, and all. And can I just say that we ended up with no fewer than 69 darlings, anyway up. A meal for two with a heady view. 69 likes last night, which was very, very nice indeed. Very kind of you all. Thank you very much. Peter P was next to join in the community fun, and he decided to open with a fairly reliable good evening, Boaty and Boggs. Ah, nice touch. Steve Kolk then entered the fray, and he decided to open his conversational batting with Fooked, which, but he did say that he'll be back. Paulie Galtieri, the lovely Richard came along. Good evening, Boaty and everyone. Hope you've all had a good day. The lovely Shelley, the lovely Shelley Denise then threw her conversational hat into the ring with, same from me. Good evening, everyone. Stu saying hello to everybody. There were hellos flying around all over the place. Stu's watching some fake astronauts being regurgitated from a mad helmet thing. Matron jumps in and says, "Evening all," says Matron. Oh, sorry, I should do the voice, shouldn't I? Cool, blimey, evening all. And she really does speak like that. You've seen her videos. I'm on my bleeding dog and bone tonight, so I can't say hi to you all. I can't say hi to you all individually, but cool, blimey, stone the crows. Hello, everyone, and good evening to you, Matron. Okay, who's not liked yet? Says Peter P. Well, quite a few of you. Given there were only 13 and there were 42 people watching. Never mind, I'll nag you about that in a bit. Who else have we got here? Tricia Alderman jumps in. Good evening. She greets everybody by name. So good evening to you, Tricia, and indeed Paul, if he is there. Bad Books is here. Good evening, all. The lovely Mark. I need more of this wine. It's very nice. Wine, the classy way to get utterly shit-faced. There's a clip for you. You don't get a warm welcome like this on Hubnut, says Richard. Oh, I mean, we're just streets ahead of Hubnut. We're streets ahead of Hubnut in every sense, apart from the number of subscribers, views, and amount of money earned. Otherwise, we're way in front. I mean, we're culturally in front of Hubnut. I mean, you don't get, I bet somebody's typed this, you don't get advice on how to drink soup on Hubnut. I'd like to see Hubnut. I'd like to see, disrespectful calling him Hubnut. I'd like to see Ian and Carly taking soup over lunchtime, and I would like to judge them. In fact, I might make some videos about it. I might travel around the UK taking a bowl of hot soup to various YouTubers, giving it to them to consume, and then judging them and marking them out of 10 on how much of the correct soup etiquette they managed to observe. Sorry. Oh, good evening, says Emma Lemon. Emma Lemon of the eponymous YouTube channel, Emma Lemon. Good evening. She's said it twice now. She's like that. She gets a bit repetitive. I still have no heating and the sluggy crack continues to widen. Hope others aren't suffering similar fates. Oh, God, that doesn't sound good. It's a cold night for having no heating. What's the landlord playing at? Andrew Buttigieg then joined in and greeted everybody by name. You don't get sluggy cracks on Hubnut, says Matron. You don't. You really don't. You don't get videos on Hubnut, says Stu. Oh, has he had a bit of a break? I don't. You should all be asleep, says Steve Colg. And he's got a point. Right now we're talking about slugs and Emma's crack. Oh, Simone joined us, the lovely Hooked on Classics, and she opened her conversational batting with, shall I do the voice? Hello there, fellow humanoids. Why I? Hi, Simone, the community voice of sanity. Boaty's sporting a wild Fonzie hairstyle this evening, says Mark. Bad books. I desperately need a haircut. But to be fair, I've had a very windswept and interesting day. I'll tell you all about my day in a little while when I've caught up with the comments. And do tell me around yours. Oh, food news. I had sausages with mash, says Richard. Nothing special, but did the job. Well, community snap, because so did I. Although, and I hate to admit this, right, because I was out and about today, and I didn't have anything in for lunch, nothing in the house, time was marking on, I stopped at the co-op on the way back, and I bought a sausage and mash ready meal like I had a couple of weeks ago. There were two for £6.50, way too expensive, of course, but I've had one today. I'm going to put this one in the freezer for emergencies. So, yes, I ate a ready meal. I didn't enjoy it very much, but then I couldn't concentrate on it. I had Sean on the phone. And I was laughing quite a lot. Oh, today has been very stressful, Boaty, says Simone. My Rover 75 is very poorly, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. Not eaten much today. Oh, what's up with Connie? Diane Sturdy, our lovely head mistress, is with us. Good evening, lovely friends, and good evening to you. Matron had curry for lunch and peanut butter on toast for an evening meal. Dinner today, says Peter P. Oh, this will be good. Peter P eats well. Was Janssen's Temptation, a traditional Swedish casserole made with potatoes, cream and anchovies. Gosh. Oh, Mark Prasad joins us, the lovely Mark. Good evening, Boaty, matron, and good evening, chat. Just watched the splashdown and recovery of the SpaceX Dragon capsule. As someone who followed the Apollo, Soyuz space shuttle, and in. Oh, and it was rather lovely. Oh, good. Emma's breakfast was porridge with defensive honey. Lunch was smoked mackerel and peanuts. God. And dinner was avocado with posh sprinkles. Oh, that all sounds rather good, doesn't it? Stu had a bacon fry up like yesterday. Emma says, I fancy me some Janssen's temptation. I bet Hubnut has plastic cutlery and non-soup spoons, says Richard. Do you know, it's amazing people. It's amazing how many people who look like reasonable, decent people have got very substandard cutlery lurking around in their kitchen. I see it all the time. God, I've seen people who look like normal people and they've got cutlery with plastic handles. God, terrible. Instructions on how to eat soup, says Emma. Yes, indeed. Dining etiquette is essential, says Stu. I agree. Diane says it's true about spoon away. I knew that. I knew that, Diane. I know it's true. I wouldn't have told them otherwise. I'm not about your disinformation. Peter P says, hashtag stuff that spoon up your what's it. Good to be here, says Josh. Simone says, I learned this soup etiquette in my late 70s, Boaty. Well, good for you. It's never too late to learn, Simone. That's what I... Oh, sorry. In the late 70s, not your late 70s. How could you be in your late 70s? You're a youthful sprig of a thing. I think we all know that our Simone is only in her very, very, very early mids, or even her late earlies. She's basically a fetus compared to me and my generation. Good evening to one and all, says Josh. Who's going to Boaty's candlelight supper with the with prodding canopies? What a prodding canopies! But it's funny you should say that, Richard, because I am planning some candlelight suppers a la Hyacinth Bouquet. I genuinely am. I've even been buying things for them, and the first thing should be arriving on or before March the 25th. Oh, that's nice. Oh, God, here we go. It's Mark. Breakfast was an apple. Dinner, he means lunch, with king prawn salad. Tea, he shouts, and he means dinner, with Cumberland-style plant-based sausages. Oh, mash, broccoli, mange tout, French beans. Still not keen on these non-meat sausage thingies. I should probably try some of those. I've never tried one. Never tried one. But another community snap on the sausage and mash. It's common today. Soup in a mug is a lot easier, says Jimmy Quinn. Well, yeah, and so is not wiping your bottom after you have a poo, but it's not the done thing, is it? Who the what's it mentioned soup and started this lecture off? Nobody. I didn't need it. I eat alone, says Josh, so I don't care about etiquette. You should always care about etiquette. I still keep up my etiquette when I eat alone, which is virtually all of the time. It's all about etiquette when it comes to eating soup, says Jim Bob. Good evening, Jim Bob. Looks like hard work. Stew. Nah, you dip bread into the last dregs. Dear. Croutons, darling. Croutons, not bread. You do eat well, BB, says Dan Sturdy, and he really does, doesn't he? Two soups. Good old Mrs. Overall, says Bad Bugs. Yes, who remembers that? Mark Passad says, phone for the fish knives. Norman Norman A's cook is a little unnerved. You kiddies have crumpled the serviettes, and I must have things daintily served. Oh dear. Us skinnies need to be careful, says Steve. Fasting is good, but I was amazed last night, says Simone. I gained 8 subscribers. Yes, you said you had a successful video. Well done, you. Impeccable soup spoon etiquette, sir, says Mark. But when are you going to learn how to use a knife and fork? I know how to use a knife and fork. God, there was a guy in the restaurant tonight. Bless him. Oh, my life. Oh, I can't tell you. He was a lovely chap and he left a very generous tip. But interesting eating technique. Boaty also appreciates a proper steak knife. I do. I do appreciate a proper steak knife. Allow me to demonstrate. These would be my steak knives of choice. From the Robert Welch Design House, this is the Trattoria set. There you go. Robert Welch Trattoria. Very, very nice indeed. But that is not the full extent of my steak knife emporium. Because my second best cutlery canteen is Arthur Price International King's Pattern. And I added to the canteen these Arthur Price International King's Pattern steak knives, which are, I think you'll agree, really rather splendid. But that is not the end of my steak knife emporium, because there is also this one, a traditional steak knife stolen from the local pub before they sold out to the Chatsworth estate. So that is my little memento of the local that Boo and I used to use all the time. But yes, I do appreciate a steak knife. I appreciate the right cutlery and dinner service for whatever it is that you're doing. And that's why I've got umpteen dinner services. I've got different dinner services for British, European, Chinese, Japanese, Asian, Indian, etc., etc., etc. It's all about horses for courses, darlings. What? Alternatives for bog, says Diane. Bungholes, orifices, what? I can't read all that out. Oh, has Mustard jumped in? Why is everybody saying hello to Mustard? I haven't seen Mustard. Where's Mustard? Oh, there he is. Hello, everyone called Roger. Evening, Mustard. Hubnut did an interesting hub notes today, says Peter P. How about your cup of soup, Boaty, says Emma Lemon. Do you use soup etiquette for that too? What are the chances of me having a cup of soup? Really? I've noticed, says Andrew Buttigieg, our lovely Ivor Spotty Butty, Alex Assets has started filming bogs. Oh, well, there you are, you see. There you are. Jimmy Quinn says pet insurance, bloody hell, got up next month to £4,200 a year, so I cancelled it. Sodding hell. Where is the blue plaque, asked you? It's over there. I haven't put it up yet because I've been very, very busy today. I'll tell you all about it. You don't get Boaty on Hubbing Up. It's true, you don't. He wouldn't have me on there. I watched last night's live stream today, says Emma, and wondered, could you perhaps attach magnets to the back of your blue plaque so it can go on your fridge like you did with the Lucky 10p? Well, I could do, and I've got loads of those magnets left over, but I don't want it on my fridge, quite honestly. Um, I like my fridge naked and unadorned. Oh, hello. A caller in. This hasn't happened for a while. Good evening, Mystery Simone.
Good evening, Mystery Boaty.
How the devil are you?
Well, you asked about the rover, so I thought I'd phone up and tell you and see if anybody watching might know an answer.
Good idea.
Okay. So if I start the car, it rattles like crazy.
Right.
If I turn the steering, even ever so gently, it rattles even more. And then yesterday I had to go and buy a Wi-Fi extender because I live in a house with very thick walls. Came home, parked the car up, got out with the engine running, and it was horrendously loud.
Oh.
So I started looking around, and people have been saying it could be the water pump, it could be the lower crank pulley. So I really don't know. And I'm a bit concerned because the parts are very expensive.
Well, lower crank pulley is very common to go on them.
Yeah, especially the diesel.
Yeah, it went on mine, and apparently it's a very common thing. But there's no point.
Yeah.
There's no point in me talking about anything because I haven't got a clue. Where's the rattling coming from? From the engine, or?
It's coming from the engine bay, on the pulley side of the engine. Right. So it's got to be something there. But it doesn't. Somebody said to me as well, it could be the strut mount on the suspension, but that's fine.
But you say it's exacerbated when you put a bit of lock on?
Yes.
Right, so it's got to be something that logic suggests then that it's got to be something that's connected to the power steering pump?
Very possible. Very possible.
What else is connected?
Andrew's posted bearings could be, but it doesn't feel like it. And I've shaken the wheels and there's no looseness. So I'm really not sure. But yeah. AA home start. Yeah, but it's not broken down. Or can they do anything? Even if it's not broken down, can you call out breakdown?
Yeah, absolutely. Totally. Preemptive strike. Yeah. As long as
I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, if you've got at-home cover, get them out. Get them out. That's what you pay for.
Oh, Mustard has just posted lower pulley.
But
right. Apparently, though, there's a special tool. You need to lock the lower pulley in position when you undo the nut or the bolt in the middle. But that thing, the tool you need to buy is like 40 quid just for what? Just to use it like once, which is madness.
It's a swine to get off. I know that much.
Yeah.
I know that much. When I had mine done, they ended up having to wedge a bloody massive long lever thing.
Oh, like a breaker bar.
Like a breaker bar, and then drive the car.
Turn the engine over, to loosen it.
To break it, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one, but the problem is that bolt that goes into there, it's what they call a soft crank, so it can shear, which is nice, you know.
Oh.
Steve is asking what the car is. Oh yeah, somebody's commented. Yeah, bloody cars, eh? Who'd have them?
I know, they're a pain in the ass.
They are, which means I can't do my volunteering tomorrow.
Oh.
Because if the pulley snaps completely, I'm stuffed. I'll be in the middle of the city somewhere with no power, and I can't get to my deliveries.
Which is what happened to me, and that's why you are okay to call the AA out and just say, look, this is going on. I'm frightened to drive the car. My garage can't look at it, can't get it in for the next 2 weeks. Blah blah blah. Can you diagnose?
It's always like that, though, isn't it? You try and get your car in because it's an emergency. They say, "Oh no, we can't do that. 2 weeks."
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Get the AA out. At least if they can diagnose the problem, then you know where you're batting from.
Yeah, this is true, actually. I'll find out from my breakdown because I think I'm with start. UK, I think it's called. I'll have a look on my profile and see what kind of situation it is.
Okay.
There was something else I was going to mention before I go, because I didn't want to stay too long because there's quite a lot of comments to get through.
Oh dear, right.
Oh yeah, don't forget to pound that box as if you parked up outside your house and there was a bouncy castle between the car and your front door, and you were holding a blancmange in one hand and a busty lady in the other, and there were children bouncing around on this bouncy castle, and you had to get there.
And all we needed to add to that was the roly-polies. Right, let's get this box pounded, shall we?
Right. See you later, everyone.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, love. £1, £1. 3, 2, 1. 1 pounded box. Ah. Oh. Filling up nicely, darlings. It's filling up nicely. Where were we? Oh yeah, I don't want the blue plaque on the fridge. I like my fridge unadorned. My fridge magnets are upstairs in the little office space, and I like the fact that I've got a feature door. So the blue plaque will be going on the top right-hand corner of the feature door. I just didn't get a chance to do it today because I've been out gallivanting. Right, where did I get to? Diddly-do. God. Okay, we're getting off on the cutlery now. Oh, Steve McDonald joined us in the middle of all the cutlery talk, and he's probably wondering what the hell we're going on about it. Good evening, Boaty, and good evening, everyone. Good evening, Steve. Hope you're well, mate. Josh says you don't need instructions on how to eat soup. Well, you might if you don't know. Just cook it up, put it in a bowl, and shovel it down your throat. Yeah, but Josh, what if you were at a dinner party and you're amongst people who understand proper etiquette? You don't want to just throw it down your. You're going to offend people. They're going to think that you're a savage. Correct, Josh, says Jim Bob. Diane, says Richard, I got I can't pronounce that, laguiole steak knife with the B logo, made in France, excellent qualité. Oh God, now they're all singing about bloody cutlery. Oh God. My father, says Matron. Oh, hang on. My old bleeding dad, my old man, oh no, I can't sing that, that's racist. Said follow the van and dilly dally on the way. Cool, blimey. My father, says Matron, was a cutlery snob and would often have a go at his carers if they gave him a soup spoon instead of a dessert spoon. Often they were young or foreign and didn't know what he was talking about. Boaty, how do you put up with us? Asked D. Colgan. Are you a snob, Boaty, says Jim Bob. Do you not know me? Yes, I am the ultimate snob. I am the ultimate snob. Unashamed, totally. Oh, hang on. I forgot I was pinged. What's this about? Oh, I'm going to be shamed in some way, shape, or form here. That's not evidence. That is not evidence. That's just a statement of fact. At no point during that do I say that I actually consume. There might be an implication, but it's not evidential. And I can assure you that I've never had. Oh, well, hang on. Hang on. I think I'm remembering where that. Right, it wasn't a cup of soup. It wasn't a cup of soup. It was. Oh, I can't remember the brand. You can get them in Asda and Morrison's. can't remember the brand. You can't get them in the other supermarkets. And they were 3 for £1, and they were like Asian chili chicken noodle soup things. And I used to use them as a base to bugger about with. I've done videos on them, and I'd add in chicken and chilies and this and that and the other. But they formed a kind of a good soup base, and I think it was one of those I was talking about. But it wasn't a cup of soup per se. It did just say on the instructions that if you chose to, you could make it in a mug. But I never did. I always used it as a soup base that I cooked in a pan and added in all of my own bits and pieces. Look, there are videos on them. There are videos on them. They do a hot and sour noodle soup as well, but that's crap. Don't bother. Don't bother with it. Diane says, very good teak knives, Richard. I have Japanese knives for cooking and still have my grandma's butter knife with bone handle. I am well blessed. Here is my butter knife, still with this morning's plant-based spread on it, because I'm a slob and I haven't washed it up. And I've got another one as well, because I was very kindly sent two, and the other one is going to play a part along with the thing that I bought that's going to be arriving by the I've got plans, darlings. Good evening, host and tubers, says Jose Fantasticville, and hello to you. Bad Book says brother-in-law can't use a knife and fork, needs first aid and plasters after most meals. I actually don't rate steak, says Mustard. I feel like calling in to discuss. Well, if you don't rate steak, then either you don't enjoy meat, and that's fair enough, or you don't know how to cook it, or I don't know. I've eaten steak with you. You've eaten my steak. I have cooked steak for you. Did you not rate that? And we had steak when we had lunch with James. I mean, come on, a good steak, a really good steak, a good steak cooked properly, presented properly, served properly is a thing of beauty. You need to know your steaks. So, like, if you've got a fillet, if you've got like a filet mignon, then you need to know that fillet, although it's the tenderest cut, it doesn't have taste. Fillet always needs a sauce. So always serve your fillet with a sauce. If you're going to serve a steak just with mustard or whatever, then go for something more robust like a rump. And you've got to learn how to prepare it, how to cook it, how to rest it, and how to serve it. But oh, come on, if you're a carnivore, you can't not rate steak. My argument would be that well cooked beef, and I don't mean beef well done, I mean beef correctly cooked, which is, I don't like using the British terminology. I like using French terminology for beef, and it's quite simple. In French, you don't have any of this, you know, bollocks to the medium well, rare, blue. In French, you've simply, I mean, there are words for all of that in French, but if you're a proper foodie in France, then the only phrase that matters when it comes to beef is à point. À point. Point is spelled point, pronounced point. So à point literally means to the point, and that translates as cooked properly. So, in other words, somewhere between rare and medium rare. And now it is a couple of years since I've been to France, but when I was living in France or spending a lot of time in France, then the way it normally went would be that if you were in a restaurant, they would assume that you wanted your beef cooked correctly. So they wouldn't ask you, how do you want your beef cooked in French? They would simply say, à point. And you would say, oui, à point. And I like that. I like that very much. Certainly, if I had a restaurant that served steak, I would refuse to serve steak to anybody who ordered it medium, medium well, or well done. I would just say, I'm sorry, I'm not willing to overcook a piece of meat for you. You can do that at home. If you come here, you will get it properly cooked, or order chicken or fish fingers. Hello, newcomers, says Steakolg. A good steak done properly is a beautiful thing to put in your mouth, says Matron. Correctly. Oh, I didn't see the blue plaque, says Richard. Did you not? Oh, well, it's going on the door with your lovely thing. 3, 2, 1. Bloody fridge door. Let me show it to you, Richard. There you go. And it is going there. And if I ever get any other stuff that means the door starts to fill up, then Richard's sign might relocate up to here. But there's no need for that at the moment. I'm so grateful for that blue plaque. I adore it. And I adore the sign. They've brought me so much happiness already. Can we watch Boaty screwing DIY style? Oh, I suppose I could film it when I do it. Steak medium rare, says Richard, correctly. Then we were chatting about Connie, Simone's poorly 75. Lots of people are thinking that the lower pulley could be the hedgehog. Really does look like Ian, doesn't it? You're right. Yes, okay, fair point, Emma. Fair point. I need some bone-handled butter knives, Boaty. I only have 2. How many do you need? I've only got 2, and I'm a man that lives on my own. 2 should be sufficient. Lucy's Emporium have loads of those knives. I'd like to go in that place. Mr. Lloyd loves a good steak. Oh, does he really? Oh, I'm sorry you've not been to a dinner party for a while, Josh. Oh, you can come to one of my candlelit suppers, albeit we might have to do it virtually, but there are going to be candlelit suppers in the future, darlings. I had the best steak ever in Brighton, says Matron. Rump, medium rare. It was so tender that it cut like butter, almost melted in the mouth. Oh dear. I'm not doing the sign now. Put the blue sign where the brown sign is and put the brown sign on top, says Jimmy. No, they'll go, if the door starts to fill up, then the brown sign will go here and the blue plaque will be there. But the brown sign can stay where it is unless, unless the door began to fill up. Oh, I'm sorry, Diane. I'm sorry that you spent weeks and weeks and weeks or 10 minutes. But let me explain why it's not up. I will tell you what happened today, darlings. Okay? So I woke up, which is a good start to any day. I'm sure you'll agree. Sideways alert. So I woke up and it was a glorious morning. And I was feeling quite splendid. So I made the decision fairly early on. And there was splendidness all around. Oh, sorry, I'm scratching my leg here. So I spoke with some chums. It was splendid in South Wales because Sean sent me a video of outside his front door. It was splendid in an undisclosed location where Carol is and is currently spending her first night in her new motorhome. And I can't tell you where she is because she's going to be there for a few days. And, you have to keep these things secret when you're a YouTuber and a woman traveling alone. But anyway, there was splendidness all around. So I decided that, right, I'm going to get my arse out. No, I don't mean I'm going to get my arse out. I'm going to get my arse outdoors and I'm going to go and get the trig that Mustard and I were going to get yesterday. So well, what did I do? I had breakfast. Didn't really have much else to do. So yeah, I downloaded the Rooty thing. What are you talking about now? Oh, right. Okay. Right. So yeah, downloaded a route and basically gathered together some little bits and pieces for filming, microphone, little tripod. And I just got my ass out there. And I had a stunning drive to the location, which was on the very edge of the Peak District National Park. Now, where I live is on the eastern edge of the Peak District National Park, literally just on the doings. But where I went to today was still on the edge, but a bit further north. So it was kind of Peak District National Park and then basically Sheffield. And it was lovely. I had an amazing drive. I had a lovely walk. I went to Oxstones. The Oxstones themselves were really interesting. I had a good old walk around there. I got the trig, my third trig, darlings. I bagged that. And yeah, and that was all kind of splendid and wonderful. Got my trig, had a good walk, beautiful day. I was feeling great, and got back to the car. Blah blah blah. There will be a video of this, by the way. And then I decided that, and this will be on the video, I didn't want to drive back the way I'd gone. I don't like doing that. I like circular things. I don't like there and then back on the same roads. And I didn't know the road that I was on. If you know the area, it was the Ringalow Road. So I decided that instead of driving back the way I'd gone, I would carry the road on in the other direction. I knew roughly what direction it was heading, so I had an idea where it was going to come out. It was going to come out somewhere around the back of Hathersage. But I didn't know the road and I didn't know exactly. So I did that and I'm filming. And then suddenly, now where I'd been and the trig I got was nice. It was nice. It was a nice day and it was nice scenery. And it was just nice. There was a nice forest. There were nice views. It was all just nice. But all of a sudden, as I'm driving this road, the way that I've not been, and I don't think I've been on that road tonight, on that road before, and suddenly it became absolutely fucking spectacular, like utterly spectacular. I didn't know that those views and that road existed in the Peak District. And I've lived here for 10 years. I had no idea. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And suddenly, I'm driving down this road. Honestly, I could have been in Snowdonia. I could have been in Scotland. It's the most phenomenal road in the Peak District. Eclipses anything else I've ever seen before. And I thought I knew all the roads in the Peak. Winnets Pass, forget it. The Snake Pass, you're having a laugh. Nothing. Woodhead Pass, bollocks. Fuck off. This was amazing. And the weather was amazing. And so I'm driving through this stunning scenery, and suddenly this massive escarpment comes up to the left. And I can see the climb up to it. And there the cars all parked. There's a big lay-by thing. And I said on the video, I said, right, I can't drive past this. I've got to climb that. I've got to go up it. So totally on a whim, totally unplanned, no idea. So I parked up, got my gear back on, and set off up. Oh, did a quick search. I had signal. I had mobile signal, so I could find out where I was. I only had a very quick look, and I found out that I was on Stanage Edge, but that Stanage Edge was it's a big, long thing. And I found out that there were 3 trigs on Stanage Edge. And I thought, well, I'm climbing this because I can't drive past it. It looks so amazing. I've just got to get my ass up there. If there's a trig up there, then it's a bonus. And I climbed it. And I'll tell you what, and again, you'll see this in the video, the difference from a couple of weeks ago when I did Stoodley Pike with mustard and I gave up halfway up because I couldn't breathe. Well, I'm still not right. I'm just about okay on that nostril. Nothing on this one. This side of my sinuses is still completely blocked. So I'm still not firing on all cylinders, but I'm telling you, this was a climb similar to Stoodley Pike, actually. And I literally ran up there in places. I literally ran up there. I was feeling amazing. It was all unexpected. The adrenaline was pumping. Oh my God. And when I got up to the top, oh, the views. Oh, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. God, it's so beautiful. And apparently the whole of that area is similarly spectacular. So that's where I need to concentrate my efforts. There are trigs galore. So I've done one part of it today, unexpectedly. And then, so yeah, there's all of that to do. But I was feeling brilliant. I literally, the difference from a couple of weeks ago, I was literally leaping and running up there. No problems with my breathing, no problems with my legs, no problems with anything. I was, fit as a fiddle, feeling on top of the world. And so that was really unexpected and really wonderful. And then, so, filmed a bit, got back down, climbed back down, got back to the car, drove home. A couple of roads were closed, caused a couple of problems. And I was feeling literally on top of the world. I was feeling ecstatic. I was feeling happy. The sun was shining. I'd exercised. I felt amazing. I felt totally healthy. So it is quite ironic that it was at that point that I got the phone call that I was dreading. Now, When I went for my blood tests last week and the doctor's thing and all of that, they told me categorically, no news is good news. If you don't hear anything from us, there's no need to worry. Give it 3 or 4 weeks, ring in, get your results, maybe have a chat about this or that, but no news is good news. And I'm driving along and I get a call. I've got my phone in the mount, I look at the number and my heart just sinks and I think, oh shit, is that? So went along a bit, parked up in a farm gate, didn't have a phone signal to check on the internet, but looked at my recent calls and I didn't answer the phone because I wasn't on, I didn't have a hands-free thing fitted. So went into recent calls, looked at last Thursday when I made the same day appointment. Yeah, the call was from the health centre. So no news is good news. You know, what's the opposite of that? We contact you within a couple of days. Not good news. And that just totally robbed every bit of joy of the day. My mouth went dry. I started sweating, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so carried on, went to the co-op, eventually made it to co-op in Baslow after having to go all of the long way round because of closed roads. And put my big boy's pants on and rang them. Said, yeah, I got a missed call. Can we have your name? Can we have your date of birth? Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, we need to make a couple of appointments for you. We need you to come in and give another confirmatory blood test. And we need to make an appointment to talk about the results of the existing blood test. So, yep, they found something. What can you do? What can you do? So that kind of put a bit of a downer on the day. But there you go. There you go, darlings. We're just gonna, so maybe it's not gonna be the, but of course they won't tell you anything over the phone. So so maybe we've got a bit of maybe we're going to have a bit of a battle ahead. Who knows? Who knows? So I got home. I had a bit of a wobble. Left a thing on the group chat saying, guys, I might be a little bit quiet for a while. Got a phone call giving me the heebie-jeebies. Within about 12 seconds of leaving that, Carol was on the phone. And then when Carol got off, Sean was on and stayed on for at least an hour. So, yeah. Right. But, you know, pulled myself together a bit. They read me the riot act between the pair of them. I obviously, right, because of my history and because I've got such a phobia of doctors, I automatically panic and think the worst when it comes to anything. So yeah, so Sean and Carol calmed me down a bit. I'm not as you know, I'm not as panicky as I was, but it's suboptimal, really. So there we are. Yeah. you're right, matron. Could be that. That was pointed out to me. Yeah. Black lines, yes, indeed. It doesn't, yeah. This is what was, this afternoon I just lost the plot and thought, right, that's it. And then, yeah, people are pointing out that it could be this, could be this, could be this. Doesn't have to mean that it's blah, blah, blah. So, there we are. We're all going to die, says Stu. Right, well, brilliant. Thanks for that, Stu. Yeah, thanks for that, Stu. We've got a voice note.
When are you going back for your results, sir, then? Because with the phone calls today for that appointment. Anyway, I wouldn't worry till you've been, sir, because they'll have ideas for you, sir. And anyway, as you said the other day, you are a fat bastard, sir. Anyway, you are a wanker. Well, as you say, sir, we're all here for you. And especially Caroline. You want to get in that motorhome, don't you, sir? Go on the road trip with her, like Max and Paddy.
More chance of flying to
Anyway,
the moon.
no problem, sir. You are a wanker. Yeah, for this evening, I had sausage, you potatoes and beans, sir. And for day's snack, I had a ham and cheese panini with chips, sir, and a Coke. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a posh coffee this evening as well, sir, with a posh biscuit. No problem. Thank you very much, sir. Goodbye, Mr. Wanker.
Oh, there we are. Right, and it's posh coffee over the line. Where did I get to? When do the clocks change? Oh, it's thank you, Diane. 30th of March. Not long away, darlings. We are So there we are, darlings. There we are. And it is now time, chips. It's now time to say goodnight. I am going to get a shower. I'm going to get into my night attire. I'm going to finish the wine. I'm going to have something to eat, and I am going to clamber into my bed. Well, Steve's full of helpful comments tonight. The true realities of life will come to you. And life is mere illusion. If you take it seriously, you're doomed. Right. Oh, thank you, Black Lines. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. And yes, no doubt it is a blessing that I went earlier rather than later. And yeah, it's you guys I've got to thank for that, because I would never have done it, let's be honest. Tomorrow. What's happening tomorrow? Now, every part of me wants to go back to another part of Stanage Edge tomorrow and get a trig. And I don't think I can do it, because I've got a load of Nicki Minaj that I need to turn into a video of today's footage. Fortunately, I got it all done before the phone call came. So that was a blessing. So I've got that to do. I've got some gloves that I've got to send to South Africa. I think I'm going to have to appease the vengeful gods of the overdraft. And that and the normal minutiae of daily life. Oh! I've got to put the bin out. So I don't think it's going to be a walk tomorrow. But I had a really good walk today. Oh, excuse me. And I genuinely feel amazing for it. It was bloody wonderful. Honestly, I was back on form. I was skipping up that hill. And it was just like Stoodley Pike, that I had to slog up a couple of weeks ago. And today I was skipping up there. It was an amazing feeling. Absolutely amazing. And I'd love to do it tomorrow, but it won't happen. But we'll get a video up tomorrow. You can see all of that today. I hope it will turn into a decent video. Um, and we'll get the other bits and pieces that we need to get done. So that'll be tomorrow, that'll be Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I will go out walking again. And we will go and walk up something if the weather is decent. I think that let's have a look at the weather. I think the weather was good tomorrow, which is annoying that I can't do it. Let's have a look. Tomorrow is 13 degrees, sunny, light winds. Thursday, 16 degrees, sunny, and a gentle breeze. Right, so we'll get the video up tomorrow. We'll do all of the other bits and pieces. Thursday, we will get out to that amazing part. And honestly, I can't believe I wasn't aware that bit of the Peak District existed. It was so spectacular. Wait until you see it. So on Thursday, we'll get our asses out to another part of Stanage Edge. And on Thursday, we will get another trig. So this will be the first week where we've bagged 2 trigs. That's going to be that's going to be worth doing, isn't it? Right. Time to say good night. Have you all say, oh God, it is time to say good night, isn't it? Nighty night all, says Peter P. Chin up and dream Carberry's. Oh, my Sean is here. Oh, thank you for today, Sean. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. Diane says, what about the toast rack for Peter? Try and get that done before you fall off the twig. Oh, are they really? Are they really, Sean? Bloody hell. Being out in nature is the best remedy. Right, okay, darlings, that is it. But let me wish you, oh God, let me just send a shed load of love out to each and every one of you. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being part of this amazing community. And love goes out to each and every one of you, wherever you are, to Finland, to Australia, to or to Wales, to wherever Carol is at the moment, to Rochdale, to London, to Norwich, to just all the love in the world to all of you. Thank you so, so much. And let me wish you all a safe and peaceful night. I hope you are warm and comfortable while it is still, a little bit unpleasant outside. Certainly freezing or below freezing where I am. And let me wish you all a good day tomorrow. We're moving towards spring, darlings. It's getting warmer, at least during the day. We've got the clocks changing to look forward to. We're going in the right direction. So, yeah. Let me wish you a good day tomorrow. I hope it's manageable. I hope there's some pleasure to be taken from it. And yeah, that is about it. The candle will be relit tomorrow night, same time, same place, 11 o'clock. Can't wait to see you then. In the meantime, all the love in the world from me. Thank you again so, so much. And I will see you tomorrow night. So on that note, pachoo! And indeed, you know it, bosh.